Welcome back to the historic Hotel Orloff here in Rural Retreat, Virginia. How are you guys doing on this wonderful, rainy, cold Friday evening, July 21st, 2023? When we last met, we were looking at something or other, but I got to get this box of fanzines back upstairs, so let's look at them real quick. And then I just wanted to look at some Wonder Woman comics to see if I have a particular issue. So how are you guys doing on this historic Friday evening in the amazing town of Rural Retreat, Virginia? Okay, wonderfully. I got this at a record store. This is kind of a beat up copy. Monster Memories. It's actually Scary Monsters 1998 yearbook. It's got a wonderful cover with all the Aurora model kits. Scary Monsters has been around for decades, covering things that I love, and I don't often get it. They have some kind of poorly done comic strips in there, but yeah, I don't really like this artwork. But there are articles in here that are fantastic. It's really a great magazine. I just never see it because you only can find it at Barnes and Noble and places like that, and I don't go into malls very often. But I don't know how long Scary Monsters has been around, but it's definitely a respectable magazine. What else is in this box? Oh, look at this. It's issue of Spirit World magazine. Now this is a Jack Kirby magazine. Look at this photo collage he did. It's got Jack Kirby stories. I think what we have here is Jack Kirby just hoping he could do something on his own. He'd been disrespected by Marvel. He'd been disrespected, or as the kids say, dissed by DC, and I guess he figured if I could just do something on my own, be my own guy. And this is a pretty good magazine. Not one you see very often. I'm not going to lie and tell you it's rare because I have no idea, but it's not rare here in the Hotel Orloff because we have a copy here in the lobby for the guests to peruse. What else do we have in this box? Oh, look at this. It's horror stories. Now, you open it up, why it has a Mark Jewelers ad, so it must be a key issue. It's one of these magazines, you open it up and there's an ad as the first page. Here we go. The contents page of horror stories. This, we don't need no stinking microphone, ladies and gentlemen. We're just trying to stay warm here on this sunny afternoon. It's from October 1971, Volume 1, Number 7. Look at that scary hippie. Well, I mean, all hippies are scary, but look, you can make big money operating heavy equipment. Oh, here's that hippie again. Shrieking victim of the vampire's curse. Oh, there's the shrieking victim. This is an interesting magazine. Men, lose 10 pounds in 2 weeks or your money back. Oh, look, you can get groovy movies. Oh, look, and you can get the secret of the power dial. Isn't that what Indiana Jones was looking for in that last movie that everyone just loved? They figure you're pretty lonely if you're reading this magazine. You must be a loser. So there's all the whole page of quit dreaming and get on the beam. People who get things done are people who get out and do things. Better step on it. The sands of life are running through the hands of time. Be lonely no more. Open destiny's door. How about that? Adventures in Witchcraft by this guy here, Whittier Fowles, PhD. Oh, I used that. I noticed this here where it says notes from our readers. I photocopied this page and used that in a fanzine that I used to do back in the 90s. So, and then my letter, that was the masthead for a few issues of my readers, my letters page. I kind of like that. Yeah, this is the type magazine you put on your coffee table to impress people that come and visit you. They will, now that still is actually from a movie called The Incredibly Strange Creatures Who Stopped Living and Became Mixed Up Zombies. That's Ray Dennis Steckler. Let's see if Ray Dennis Steckler is in some way behind this magazine. Let's see who. The editor is Theodore S. Hecht. Art director is Monty. Man, my eyes are getting bad. Anyway, fantastic magazine, horror stories. Highly recommend it. Oh, Christmas of 1976. I remember it like it was yesterday. And it was yesterday, just a lot of yesterdays ago. King Kong was a big Hollywood movie coming out that Christmas, and everyone thought it was going to be a big hit. Of course, it wasn't very good. It was not even, the original 1933 King Kong, that's the one. Anyway, in order to cash in on it, a lot of different publishers put out King Kong magazines, and they were all on the stands a month or maybe a month or two before, or at least right around Christmas, before that movie came out. So, you know, that's the real King Kong on the cover, the one from the 1933 movie. Of course, here you have the King Kong that was going to be in the movie. You know, in the original, of course, original movie, he fought biplanes, but, you know, they put the jets here. Anyway, this is the artist that painted this. He has him fighting jets, which would have been ridiculous, really, for King Kong to be able to grab a jet out of the air. So they altered this painting before they released the movie and had him. In the movie, in reality, he fought helicopters, so they had to change that to a helicopter in his hand. I think they left the planes in the background. Completely false advertising, but like a lot of false advertising behind that movie, they sold that movie that they had built a giant like 40-foot tall robot ape, and that was what you were going to see in the movie. It was just going to be spectacular. It was going to be real, basically. And they built a, King Kong's supposed to be 30 something feet. Anyway, the robot they built didn't work. So throughout the whole movie, it's Rick Baker in a gorilla suit. It's not stop motion animation. He doesn't fight dinosaurs. At one point, he takes a rubber snake and kind of breaks it in two. But for the most part, in that movie, he when they do have one scene that uses the robot. But in all the magazines, Reader's Digest, wherever, they all made it seem like they're really going to use it. Anyway, so King Kong has been put into a cage, and he's there, like this, very stiff. And then he kind of breaks out, and he lifts his arm like this. And it's just maybe 20 seconds. It could be only 10 seconds they actually show that robot ape that they tried to fool all of us into thinking. And there were people that were dumb enough that watched that movie and really thought that Rick Baker in that suit was that robot ape. But this covers all kinds of ape movies in this delightful magazine. Who put this magazine? Oh, and it even has a little parody, like a little Mad Magazine parody of King Kong. And the artwork is not actually terrible. I'm trying to figure out who that artist is. I can almost identify it. It, him, her, whatever. Let's take a look here. Oh, I think I know who made this. Yes. This magazine was edited by Ron Haydock. You see that there? Ron Haydock. That's why this magazine's pretty good. And Donald Glut was the associate editor. Yeah, see, Ron Haydock was this rockabilly musician and a guy that made horror movies. He was friends with the Blaisdells, right? It was Ted Blaisdell and his wife that made all of these monster suits for, Invasion of the Saucer People and I trust me, he was in with the cool 50s monster people, Ron Haydock, and he made that movie Rat Fink a Boo Boo. He played Rat Fink. It was supposed to be Batman and Robin parody. It was supposed to be called Rat Fink and Boo Boo. It was going to be a parody of Batman and Robin. But when they did the titles for the movie, whoever did it thought it was going to be a Boo Boo, like a Go-Go. And so they didn't want to pay to redo the titles, so they just changed the movie. Okay, it's Rat Fink a Boo Boo. It doesn't make any sense, but the movie doesn't make any sense. It's a wonderful movie, though. But you can see that movie and Ron. That's an earlier version of that painting, Kruder. That's the robot ape. See, I was. What did I tell you? He's real stiff, and he lifts his arm like that. See, that's all he does. He lifts one arm. I'm not lying to you, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, you ever see this magazine somewhere? It's worth getting. It's Ron Haydock. Ron Haydock also put out a really good, slick monster magazine in the early 60s, or right in the Kennedy administration around that time. And it was called, oh boy, I haven't eaten much today. Had a bologna sandwich, and it's pushing 5 o'clock. That's all I had. We're having to be real frugal with money here. You say, well, Karatu Orloff, why don't you just sell all of your collectibles and then you can get a nice meal? It's like you don't understand. If you're asking me that question, you don't understand the what a collector is like, But anyway, I've got 32 episodes of The Tomb of Terror, an amazing television program on DVD. But apparently, DVD is an old, antiquated format that people don't like anymore. And some people don't have DVD players anymore. Well, get one. Get a Blu-ray player. It'll work in a Blu-ray player. And order some episodes of Tomb of Terror so that we can eat properly here in Rural Retreat, because Bidenomics is starting to affect us. So, Tomb of Terror, it's a 2-hour program. Episode 1 is 2 hours. Episode 2, 2 hours. There's 32 episodes. There's about to be 33 whenever I can sit down and do it. I'll have more time to do it if I have a little bit more money to eat with. So, order episodes at PayPal. You are a friend. You are like family to me. You're all friends. All of you that watch this show, that comment below, you're all like friends. I've met some of you. Some of you I will meet someday, I hope. If not, I'll meet you up in the clouds. But I'll tell you, when you send it to PayPal at Kenneth Weinert, KENNETHWEINERT, $20 postpaid for each episode. Order 4 or more, it's $16 for each episode. The show is very much like, if you liked the show from the 1990s, The Hypnotic Eye, I worked on that show. If you liked, specifically, I'll tell you what it's like. If you liked episode 2 of The Hypnotic Eye, watch it on Roku on one of those little channels. You will love this because, are there scissors here? You will love this show because it is, that show, episode 2, is the one that I sat in the editing bay with Joe Riley. It was all my material, and I told him where to do the edits. And so that show is very much the way I put shows together. Episode 2 of Hypnotic Eye. And come on and order that. Order some episodes, ladies and gentlemen. Don't let me down. I've got to find some scissors. Why do I need to find scissors? Because I was just thinking, this is the character that I played on The Hypnotic Eye. This is Donny Osmond, if you've ever seen. But see, I got this at a thrift store, and then Joe Riley built these so he turned, the strings were all gone, so he restrung them. But now the strings are all tangled. I don't know how to untangle these strings. So he just kind of looks like he's being tortured by the Romans. If I could get some scissors, I'm just going to cut him off the strings and free him. Yes, indeed. Here's Drew the dog. Drew is hoping that you will order episodes. Look at those eyes. She is hoping that you will order episodes of The Hypnotic Eye. Can you resist those eyes, ladies and gentlemen? Order a copy of, just order one and you'll see how wonderful it is. Look at poor Drew. She really wants you to order an episode of The Hypnotic Eye, ladies and gentlemen. She's starving to death. She's very fat, but she wants you to order some episodes of The Hypnotic Eye, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's see what we got to go upstairs and look at Wonder Woman books, right? But we're here in the lobby of this. Sometimes things just come out of nowhere here in the lobby. But let's go into this special room here, ladies and gentlemen, where let's take a look. Yeah, because this channel, a lot of you love to see comic books, and I was talking about spinner racks. Now, spinner racks look like this. This is a real spinner rack. There are replicas you can buy now, but they don't have, I'll show you, they don't have this here, and there are little differences you can tell. Those of you that are my age will remember the sound of a spinner rack turning. Listen. Let's see what we got here, man. So, how are you guys doing on this wonderful Friday evening? Well, so when you visit the Hotel Orloff here in scenic, historic Rural Retreat, Virginia, you will be enraptured by the fine art here in our lobby. It's a painting by John A. Connor, who's a listed artist. And this painting here was one that I painted, based on the painting that you see in the Addams Family house. What I did is, you see the painting, you get freeze frame, an episode of the show. But what I actually did is I got a bubblegum card from the Addams Family that showed this, and that's how I got the basic, idea of how to paint it. But I didn't know the colors to paint it because it's a black and white show. So what I had to do is, I had the Viewmaster reel. And in that, you can see the painting in the background, and I could see the colors that it's painted. So that's how I did that. Let me see if I can't find that Addams Family card. It might be in this book here. So, let's take a look. Here we got some, oh man, you can't see anything, can you? Here's some, these are Lost in Space cards. I don't know what you can see. Because I can't see what I'm filming. Okay. There's a Partridge Family card. That's a real Mars Attacks card. That's not a reprint. Oh, here's the Addams Family cards. Perfect. Let's see if we can't find the card that shows the painting. There it is. These are cards from 1965. So that painting that you saw was, I used this as the reference. And it's just very small. It's only maybe a few inches tall. But, and I did that a long time ago. Man, it could have, realistically, I don't know when I did that. It probably was the late 90s, as my guess. Here's my Wacky Package collection. Yeah, Wacky Packages changed my life in 3rd grade. I mean, it really, I can't explain to you how much. Oh, here's cards from that. Oh, okay, there's that King Kong robot I was telling you about. Can you even see? Can you see that? That King Kong robot there. I guess he did actually pick up some. That's the robot too. See how stiff it looks. Let's see. Usually in the movie he looked more like that. You can tell it's a guy in a suit. Okay, my wacky package collection. This was a hard to get one. Truant cigarettes was a very rare one. It took me forever to get Truant cigarettes. So, anyway, wacky packages. I was the generation before Garbage Pail Kids. These are all my wacky packages. But I know in here I've got some Garbage Pail Kids. I know I do. But see, Garbage Pail Kids came out when I was in college. The wacky packages, when I discovered them, it was in the 3rd series. Come on. There's a parody of Creepy. This, I don't even know if I'm pointing at the right thing. There I am. It's Sleepy instead of Creepy. That's a parody of the Planet of the Apes stickers. They're making fun of themselves. The Planet of the Apes cards came from Topps, so this is Planet of the Grapes. Yeah, maybe I don't have my Garbage Pail Kids in here. They could be in a completely different binder. That's more than likely the case. Here are the mid-1970s Marvel stickers. It's nice to look at these, man. Look at these ears. Oh man, I remember getting that one. That's, I don't know what kind of card that is. And they had these horoscope cards. Happy horoscope. Yeah. Well, anyway, you didn't come here to see that. Well, perhaps you'd like to see an episode of Tomb of Terror. You don't really know what it is, right? So let me put one in here. So, how are you guys doing on this wonderful Friday? Where do I put this? See, Spinnerack Studios was asking me, could I put these on a flash drive? But see, these are the originals. The originals are on DVD-R. I recorded them onto DVD-R. I'm using antiquated technology, and my computer doesn't have a DVD input, CD input. So, and then this DVD recorder only has RCA output. Well, this Blu-ray player has HDMI. I wonder if the HDMI goes into my laptop. Then if I played this in my Blu-ray player up here, I might be able to get that signal into my computer, so I could make, I don't know. Anyway. Order episodes of the Tomb of Terror, ladies and gentlemen. So, all right, let's see what we got here. This is episode 16, I believe. So, I'm not sure what's on each episode. So we've got a Scopatone. A lot of the episodes start with old Scopatones. So I'll fast forward a little bit. This is episode 16. Oh, that's pretty cool. Look at this. I have commercials in it too. It's all put together, you know, like what would I like? What would a perfect TV show be like for me? And this is edited. If you like the way I think, if you like my aesthetic, my artistic sensibilities, then you would like Tomb of Terror, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 16.
A peaceful day in the honeycomb hideout is suddenly interrupted by...
The Hulk!
A big Hulk on big cereal!
Honeycomb, you better come through! Brace yourself, Hulk! Honeycomb sticks!
Got a big bite that tastes right.
Big enough for a Hulk?
Just try it!
Was honeycomb cereal big? A part of balanced breakfast. Hulk, go!
Don't forget your honeycomb!
Honeycomb big!
It's got a big bite!
Get a color TV or a Sony Betamax.
So if you are
Get it now because
someone that grew up in the 60s or 70s or maybe the 80s, I think you would enjoy this show.
King's War is fighting mad. He's backing up to...
You say, well, I could probably just get all of this stuff available on YouTube. Why would I pay to buy your discs? And that's because I've edited them together in such a masterful way that this is doing all the work for you. Yes, lots of fun. 2 hours of fun in each episode. So you've got to order it to believe how much fun you will have. So if you like the Hypnotic Eye, you'll like this show, ladies and gentlemen. I'll just let it play while I show you some more magazines. Enough of a commercial. The cool people will order it, and the rest of you will regret it the rest of your lives. Okay, stay put. Let's see what else we got in this amazing box. Oh, here's another magazine trying to cash in on a fad. Well, this is more than a fad. Star Wars, this magazine Space Wars, was actually kind of interesting because, see, it's from October of '77, really just a few months after Star Wars came out. But, oh man, look who put it out. Myron Foss, our old buddy from Erie Publications. This is the same, the company that put out all those magazines with the gory covers. But this is really pretty cool. It's got articles about the original Flash Gordon. I mean, they're teaching you, hey, where Star Wars came from, because this is put together by older guys, probably my age. I don't know how old Myron Foss was, the publisher, when in 1977, but this is an old guy schooling the kids. You like Star Wars? Well, this is where it came from, and that was a wonderful thing for him to do. For me, being a 12-year-old, he shows you, okay, here's Flash Gordon. And then, you know, it's a wonderful magazine. I mean, it's like an Erie Publications magazine, but it's got some slick paper.
Miles Carter, hustling to make a contact that'll keep him alive.
Lots of neat stuff in here. Oh, they're predicting that Star Trek's coming back in 1978. But it didn't come back as a TV series as they were hoping. It came back as a movie. This magazine went on for a while, and it was always good. This is where I was first exposed to Mars Attacks. This is where because I wasn't even born when the Mars Attacks cards came out in this magazine. Here it is, the next issue. Look at this cool cover. Oh, it has some comics in here. Not super professional, but it's, you know, not terrible. Who is this? Do you recognize that artist? Yeah, this artist is okay. I mean, he's got all the right influences. He's influenced by EC, and so they're teaching kids about invaders from Mars and this island Earth. Oh yeah, here's where they show you the Mars Attacks cards, which of course blew my mind. I couldn't believe these amazing cards came out during the time, you know, Leave It to Beaver, and then that, you know, it goes into the pulps. Look at this beautiful artwork they reproduce. So Myron Foss, this was you'd say, yeah, this is a quick cash grab from Myron Foss, but I'd say there's a little bit of love went into this magazine. It's not, I would say Myron Foss didn't care about the horror books he was putting out. That was a quick cash grab. But I think he probably was a science fiction fan. It had been a pulp fan when he was a kid, and so when it came to putting out a magazine based on, you know, to try to get money from the new Star Wars movie, I think he kind of put a little extra into this magazine.
Will come later here on Creature Features. Tonight, a bad doctor's diabolical torture machine aims deadly horror for a beautiful girl.
Here's a classic, I don't know if you'd call it a fanzine. It was around forever. They just call it the RBCC, but it's really called the Rocket Blast Comic Collector. And this was put out forever, and it has a lot of great artwork published in it. A lot of amateur artists got published in here for the first time. This is a Harlan Ellison issue. I've got some other Rocket Blast comic collectors. I've got to get everything organized a little bit better, especially in my magazine collection. I see that Meyer Greenblatt's doing the same thing right now in San Francisco that I'm doing. He's got an amazing magazine collection. You need to go to his channel, Meyer Greenblatt. It's not his real name, but there's a cool story about how he got that name. He in a comic book, some kid had filled out a coupon for, you know, something he was going to order, you know, sea monkeys or something, and it was filled out Meyer Greenblatt. He said, oh, that's a great name, so he took that on. I'm not trying to spoil his mystique, but look up Meyer Greenblatt. Yeah, so anyway, good reading. Rocket Blast Comic Collector always has lots of good reading. Another magazine I'd recommend is Comics Journal that used to come out. They had fantastic interviews and everything.
Super salad, dinner bread, beverage, and dessert.
And that's a lot of good dinner for $1.99. Let's have those.
Oh, look at this magazine. It's the Golden Age of Comics. This is reprinting Golden Age. You know, reprinting the old way kind of looks like, photocopies. But it has some great, look at this, Katie Keene. A lot of great stuff that you could use as clip art. It's like, here's the 1949 calendar. Every few years, this calendar will work again. It'll just happen to line up where the days fall. And you could make a copy of this page, maybe on a piece of colored paper, and hang it up in your office, and you've got a 1949 Katie Keene calendar. All kinds of neat stuff. A whole article on Katie Keene. They reprint. I wish I had more Katie Keene comics. But if you order episodes of Tomb of Terror, maybe I could get... No, I couldn't get Katie Keene comics. My wife will kill me. Well, I would need to actually purchase food. Things will get better in a couple of months, but right now, you guys, it's your civic responsibility. It's your duty as an American to order episodes of Tomb of Terror. Only communist scoundrels would not order episodes of Tomb of Terror after all the joy and fun that the Hotel Orloff program has brought you, and you guys aren't stepping up to the plate. Some of you ordered the entire series. I understand that. So I'm not talking to you. Hold on a second. Where's the remote? Gosh darn it. Oh. That's a music video, but sometimes yes, episode 16. This one is definitely a PG-13 episode, so just to let you know. Let's look at another episode. I'm going to put on another episode, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it's 5:05 here on the historic July 21st, 2023, in the year of our Lord. Who knows how long mankind will survive? Will we still be here tomorrow? It could be. All right. That was episode... I lied. It's episode 15. If you like that episode, that was episode 15. Let's look at the Tomb of Terror, episode 18. This is the master disc. So we'll cry too. Why don't you edit this on a computer? Well, if I knew how to do that, I would have edits in this show and I'd look all professional. You notice all these shows are all done in one take. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Let me remove my rain jacket. It's kind of a cold, wintry day here. Okay. Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, where's the remote? I keep losing the first slug in our remote. Put down in the comments section down below where you saw, where you last saw me put the remote so I can, oh, there it is. Man, I did a video, that last video I did yesterday, didn't get a single comment. I felt so bad about that. Maybe I don't do a good enough job of responding to the comments, but I read all the comments and I always put a heart on them, and if I don't respond, it's mainly because it's just hard for me to type on the phone. It's hard on my eyes, man. This is, what did I say, episode 18?
Dares to battle the deadliest creatures of the universe. Watch out, because nothing can stop Inframan. He's 6 million years beyond bionics, beyond the time barrier, beyond your...
Inframan's one of the greatest movies ever made in the history of mankind, just so you know, in case you didn't know that.
Are coated with pure honey and sugar. That's why they're very...
That's why we're really fat. Anyway, we have commercials. It's just like you're watching a real TV show.
The Dynamite Jackson 5.
All kinds of stuff that you'll enjoy. More. There's always usually a scopatone in at least one in every episode. Yeah, we even have Donald Trump making a special announcement to the audience of the Tomb of Terror. All kinds of enjoyment awaits you. See, there's music videos, there's cartoons, there's old commercials, old trailers, all kinds of junk in every episode. Stay. Okay, what else do I have to show you in this box? Oh, here's some more Rocket Blast comic collection. Well, things are out of order. Here's a Marvel comic, the way that people in England got them back in the 70s. It was, they got the stuff in black and white. Looks like they put some shading in, though, for them. Some zipatone. And they have the Invaders. It's just really not... It's like they hardly get anything, though. It's like the Invaders, and then they got 1, 2, 3, 4 pages of the Invaders. They really, so it must take you know, half a year before you even get through a whole issue.
Twice as bad. But for the price of admission, I can't be had. If you crave satisfaction, this is the place to find that action. Come into this theater and it's satisfaction.
Here's another issue of Rocket Blast Comic Collector. It's special issue of the Ralph Bakshi movie Wizards. It's too loud.
That motherfucker caught me in the bed with his wife. Now he want to try to take my life. Won't step on it.
You might find these at a comic store. I don't know where you'd find them.
Oh no, she wanted one.
This is nice, some nice art.
Oh, thanks. Oh, see. Oh, weed. Wonderful. But Mother knew to make a garden, keep it weeded, energy is needed. Every little bit of grape nut packs a wow all its own. So off went Mother to the grocery store, past
There's a
shelf after shelf, till she
portfolio
found
of Von Baudet's art.
Post grape nuts. The cereal that gives you more energy per spoonful than any other cereal sold, cooked or cold. The family loves that sugar-roasted flavor. And such fun to eat. Grape nuts are so chewy, so crunchy, and so good for you.
Energy, enthusiasm. Now my family has them.
The garden.
Oh, this is Wendy Peeney, the
See your sister plant that seed.
artist of ElfQuest. They're doing.
For goodness sake, why don't you give your
They didn't call it cosplay back then, but that's what they call it now. Lots of fun stuff.
I know you.
Look, I gotta talk to you, baby. You're terrific. Know what you are?
Just an average, ordinary tuna.
Average, ordinary tuna. Honey, you're star-kissed quality. Star-kissed all the way. And I'll tell you something else. There's a star-kissed tuna scout in our neighborhood.
Ooh, gee. Do you think he'd ever notice me?
Confidentially, honey. I can arrange it. You just, come along with me.
Oh well, let's. I want to take this box upstairs, man.
Sure. Just let us take a little time.
Here, let's might be good to label this box.
The finest prime tuna is good enough for StarKist. More people like the taste of StarKist than any other tuna. Try it and see why. Tell them Charlie sent you.
Howdy! Great! The name? Goofy Great. But why they call me Goofy, I don't know. Yes, sir. I'm one of the new funny-faced drinks from Pillsbury.
Okay, so I wrote fanzines on the lid of the box.
Here's what you do. You pour me into a pitcher.
Let's fast forward a bit.
Sugar, I'm already.
So much fun because it's the only time that we all get together with these things and play with the Barbie doll.
Well, that Barbie movie comes out today. They say, I heard the first hour is really pretty good, and then the second hour it gets really woke and teaches you that the matriarchy is important and is far better than the patriarchy.
This is what he thinks.
They say it's not for kids at all, that a little girl, if you took a little girl to see the movie, they'd just be confused and wouldn't know what the heck they're trying to do in the movie. That's what I heard Chris Gore, the Chris Gore, who used to do the magazine Film Thread. I guess it's a website now. Is this still recording? Yeah, it is. I'm taking these boxes into the elevator because they need to go upstairs with the rest of the comics. So, another box. Anyway, what's playing at our local theater this weekend is The Sound of Freedom, and I think we'll go see that tomorrow. And then, because it's real cheap to get in the theater. Then, I don't know what they're going to play the next week.
Good day, Dayton. This is your TV 26 and Big Radio 1340 WIZE Midday News Updates. I'm Dale Kirby. This news update is brought to you by Rex Department Stores. Well, President Kennedy has ordered the mobilization of the Hawaii-based 362nd Marine Heavy Helicopter Squadron, which will arrive today in southern Vietnam at Soc Trang in the Mekong Delta, just south of the capital of Saigon. Beginning on April 22nd, their mission will involve transporting Vietnamese troops into battle areas. In a recent press conference, when asked what he would do about American forces being killed in Vietnam.
Okay. Well, to go up, you pull this cable here. We're going up to this level here. This is the 14th floor of the Hotel Orloff. Ignore this sign. It says the 3rd floor. That's just there to fool the man. This elevator will take you to other dimensions in sight and sound. Okay.